The worst nightmare of YDI Group-backed airline GoFirst is coming true. The low-cost carrier, which filed for voluntary insolvency in May 2023 and has been grounded ever since, is now staring at liquidation. The Committee of Creditors of the defunct airline have now voted in favor of liquidating the airline. In the past few months, there have been just a few days where there was slight hope for the airline's revival, but majorly it has been gloomy and continues to be the same. Even though GoFirst ceased operations in May 2023, the airline's problems persisted much before that, as it was plagued by global issues with Pratt & Whitney engines. Just before the airline headed for voluntary insolvency, GoFirst had a fleet of 54 aircraft and more than 100 Airbus A320 aircraft were yet to be delivered. Non-supply of engines forced GoFirst to ground around half of its fleet, which led to revenue losses. GoFirst had also accused Pratt & Whitney of not following orders by the emergency arbitrator of supplying at least 10 serviceable spare leased engines by 27 April 2023. Taking a step back and looking at the timeline, on 3rd May 2023, the airline management announced that it will file for voluntary insolvency, and 10th May was when the airline moved ahead with the insolvency. It owed more than 10,000 crores to lenders. What made the matter more worse for GoFirst were the arguments by lessors in the courtroom, where they alleged the airline of cannibalizing parts from flight-worthy aircraft. Amidst the whole court battle, GoFirst did show little signs of revival after it had conducted a few test flights, but this glory was short-lived, as technically things were not in favor of the airline. In November 2023, the NCLT granted extension for the resolution, and in April this year, the airline was granted a second extension. The third and final extension was granted in June this year. The airline did have a white knight scenario in February. That's when Ajay Singh and Nishant Pitti submitted a joint bid to save the airline. However, the bid was withdrawn within 2 months after the Delhi High Court ordered deregistering of leased planes to GoFirst. With the COC in favor of liquidating the airline and Delhi High Court's April order, there is very little value left in the airline. As for experts, the white knight scenario would have continued if the aircraft were flight-worthy and had Delhi High Court not passed the order to deregister the leased aircraft. With IATA and ICAO recalling the designated code, no slots at airports, and the brand name going for a toss, there is no sign of life for GoFirst. As for another expert, GoFirst was a gone case the day it was grounded, and as far as the revival hopes are concerned, banks being too harsh has really eroded the true value of the airline. Experts believe that liquidation is the last nail in the coffin for the airline.